Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on the markets. Middle of the day market updates. We'll talk about a lot of things. We'll talk about just in general the fundamentals. We'll talk a little bit about the crypto summit tomorrow in the White House. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about XRP. We have to talk about SUI because we just received a major announcement, which we will talk about a little bit more. And I'll talk about some altcoins. There are a couple of altcoins right now that are actually quite interesting, which I wanted to talk about. So we'll focus on those. But that's it. So let's get right into it. Now, I think it's most interesting to talk about the crypto summit of tomorrow. But first of all, just to start off with some fundamentals, I'm recording this video before the US market opens, which is never amazing because the US market is, well, the US opening is usually very, very crucial to understanding what the market will do for the majority of the day. And with most of the volume, because most of the volume comes in during the US session, making it a little bit earlier. Now, what we are seeing so far is that the stock markets are trading lower, so that's bearish. However, we're opening with a gap, so we could fill that gap first, get some bullish momentum first before dropping back down. Stocks in general are bearish. Dollar strength index, even after some decent economic data today, are also still bearish, so that's actually bullish. I know, maybe it sounds a bit weird. And then outside of that, the USDT dominance is going up a bit, and in general, we're just moving down because talking about, All right, let's talk about Bitcoin first, then we'll talk about the crypto White House summit because that actually goes hand in hand with XRP. But no, I mean, what I've said yesterday, but also this morning, is that I thought it was most likely that Bitcoin from this resistance here between 93 and 91,000 would reject. The only reason why I think we could break out of this main resistance level right here, let's say at 93,000, is if we get some sort of major headline news that's very positive regarding the trade war, something like that, or tomorrow at that White House summit. But what we're seeing right now, and I've said this before, is that first of all, the fundamentals right now are not ideal. And then second of all, and I've said this before, the majority of the move up for Bitcoin here was with low volume, even decreasing volume, and with quite a lot of leverage. So that, well, the leverage, I mean, compared to the last move, it wasn't that much, but still there was some leverage coming in. And I just did not see the strength to break out, and that's why I still think we're going to reject. Now, like I said, if the fundamentals really do change, it's a different story. But for now, the story is that a rejection still seems most likely. But like I said, I mean, it's very well possible that that the stock market, with the gap we're forming, goes up first. All right, so that Bitcoin retests 93, 94 before moving down lower. So it's not going to be an easy drop from here, I'd suspect. But all right, so what's interesting about the White House Crypto Summit tomorrow? I think, first of all, the effect that it can have over the course of today during the US session and tomorrow, but also the effect after, all right? Because I do think you need to keep a close eye on what's actually being said there, make some trades based on that, make some decisions based on that. But apart from that, I think there's also a chance that regardless of what Bitcoin does, that we can actually see some strength of projects related to the White House. So then we're talking about, well, mainly Cardano and XRP, but also the portfolio of World Liberty Finance. All right, so that's obviously the project with some Trump influence. They're holding some coins such as Move, such as Ondo, and those coins have been relatively strong as well. When we're taking a look at Move, for example, that has been very strong here over the course of today, and Ondo has been very strong as well, as you can see right here, with a big bullish breakout above this level around 1.05. So those are some coins. Look up the portfolio of World Liberty Finance and keep your eyes on the other kind of US-based coins such as Hedera, XRP, Cardano. And if we actually do see their volume continue to increase, I think they can be bullish ahead of the crypto summit, and then afterwards, depending on the outcome, either get a sell the news effect or continue to be bullish, but that's depending on what they'll say. But that's also, for example, what we're seeing from XRP right here, right? I mean, XRP has been quite strong for the last 2 days, and I think one of the key reasons is that we have that crypto summit coming up. So keep an eye on those projects, all right? Those would be the main coins I would have on my watch list right now, all right? So we're talking about Ondo, we're talking about Athena as well, we're talking about ETH just in general, we're talking about Movement, Just in general, all of those World Liberty Finance related projects and big US based crypto projects, keep an eye on them. There is a good chance that regardless of what Bitcoin does, that we'll actually see some strength for those in the next 2 days, and then on Saturday a potential sell the news effect. But for XRP, that's also still what I expect. I said it this morning, but I still think short term it's more likely that we'll retest support, but that we will continue to be slightly bullish here. Now, there were some things. Oh yeah, what we just saw was this, a big spike from Sui. Sui has been relatively strong. We just got the news that Sui will be included. Hopefully I can quickly show this. That Sui also will be included in the, you can see that right here, in the portfolio of World Liberty Finance. So that's Sui, add Sui to that list as well, but that's also why it's been very strong right now. And that's also personally why I have bought some Sui, which I did. I mean, it was up much more. I bought it when I saw the news, like 3 minutes after. But interesting news, and therefore also a very volatile and just in general an interesting coin to trade. Outside of that, talking about other altcoins, which we don't have a lot of time for anymore, but we already talked about and we already mentioned quite a few altcoins. But some other altcoins that I thought were interesting were Bitcoin Cash, which is potentially a good short if we're able to get a bearish breakdown below 390. I think even though Move is very strong right now, I think later on it's a great short. And then outside of that, Solve is also strong again. That's been very strong a couple of times throughout the last week. So this is Solve Protocol, SOLV, definitely a coin to keep your eyes on. And lastly, Grass. The AI coin is getting towards a very strong support level right here between 2.2 and $2. I think that's also a coin to keep your eyes on. And if we get some sort of a strong reaction from that level at 2.1, at $2, I think that's a buy opportunity as well. But that's what I think you need to know for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.